guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is part number 17 of my F1 2015 Zero2Hero series, and we're here at the circuit in Mexico, and this track I believe is called Circuit de Hermanos Rodriguez, I think it's called. So it's a new track on the calendar, and if you guys remember my first race in season 1 of career mode, Kimi Raikkonen, and this track was actually quite slippery. The car felt really edgy, not very good. I had a couple of spins, and in one I actually lost my front wing, so I'm hoping that I avoid any form of shenanigans this time around, because hopefully we can try and keep the car a bit more planted. Obviously this car isn't as good as the Ferrari, so it will be a little bit harder, but this track is definitely a bit of a challenge when it comes to being a bit slippery and a bit green in terms of track grip. But here we are in the setup screen, as you can see, and last time we actually had a pretty good result and a really good recovery at Kota, and we actually got the race win in dominant fashion, and that allows us to get 3 upgrades. So we're going to apply the 3 upgrades that we got last race, which are the rear camber, the differential off throttle, and I think the tyre pressures. So we're going to apply them 3 upgrades now, and we're going to get into practice and see how we get on around this track. And this track is definitely a track that I'm not too keen on. There are parts that I really enjoy. This corner here, particularly the hairpin, is definitely the worst corner on the track. I absolutely hate it. It's just horrible to drive. And the best part of the track definitely has to be after the first sector, when you've got the flowing section after the hairpin. So you kind of go like left, right again, then left again. So that kind of flowing section, reminiscent of Silverstone, Maggots and Beckett somewhat, is definitely a very fun section on the track. But here we are in practice, and we're starting our first time lap here down this massively huge pit straight, which is really big. And we're going to come through now at the end of lap number 1 to cross the finish line. We're actually going to go into P5, 1.9 off the pace there, so we're off the pace quite a bit, but we're going to try and go for another lap back. Who's this overtaking us? This is Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton is already, he's making Sunday, which is race day, on a Friday, so we're already battling against our championship rival in practice. So this could be a sign of things to come in the race on Sunday. So here we are trying to have a little scrap with Hamilton. As you can see, we're now in the slipstream once again, opening up the DRS, and we're going to try and give him a taste of his own medicine, trying to re-overtake him up the inside here of turn number 4, and we do make the move stick, but this is only practice, so let's not get too carried away here. But we're going to come across to finish our second lap now on lap 2, and albeit with that little scrap of Hamilton, we're going to come across, and they're actually going to share a pretty decent lap time. And as you can see, we're going to come across the line now, and we're going to go into P2, 8 tenths off of Sebastian Vettel as the fastest man. So not a bad lap there, considering we had that little scrap, and our pace is actually pretty good around here with the upgrades on the setup. But we're going to jump into the race, and hopefully we can have a good race, and fingers crossed we can try and extend our lead to Lewis Hamilton in this race. So here we are then, it is race day at Mexico, and as you can see we're starting from the back as per usual, and we're definitely going to try and see if we can try and have a good race here, because we definitely want to get up the sharp end, because you'll see in a moment, I believe Lewis Hamilton is on pole position once again, so we're going to definitely have to try and hunt him down, and indeed he is. As you can see, Lewis is on pole, 2 thousandths ahead of Nico Rosberg, so the Mercedes very close there, but nevertheless, here we are, and we're going to get up to 5 red lights for the Mexican Grand Prix, and we are underway here, getting a pretty poor start, starting on the prime tyres by the way, so it's normal that we get a pretty bad start, and we're going to drop way back, but because this straight is so massive, we should be able to recover nicely into turn 1. And as you can see, we're getting to the slipstream already of Roberto Meri. We're already gaining ground, so we pull to the inside, and we're just going to take it nice and easy through turns 1, 2 and 3, which are like a right, left, right chicane, and make sure we have no contacts. We got the inside of both of the Manners, and now we're going to see if we can try and pass the McLarens of Button and Alonso as we get on the power out the exit of turn number 3 in the slipstream of Jenson Button. Now we're going to pull to the left to the slipstream of Fernando Alonso, and we're going to get double turn past both of the McLarens into the braking zone of turn number 4, and we're up in the P16 so far. But Alonso's actually come back us up the inside, but we are going to try and go around the outside of Carlos Sainz at turn 6, and what an overtake that is. But Sainz is coming back us now as we go through turn 7, and Sainz is still on our inside. What a brilliant side by side action this is. But we are going to make the move on the inside of turn number 8, and Sainz is going to have to yield on that one. A little bit of contact there, which made me go wide up the corner, but we managed to get the move down on Carlos Sainz, and we're up in the P14 now. So now skipping later on in the race, as you can see, we're on the back of Danny Kvyat And can we possibly make a move on the Russian as we go through turn 3? Yes, we can. We get a really good cutback as we now go 3 wide. With the both of the Force Indians going down the second straight here, we're going to get squeezed onto the grass, and we have to yield and back out of it for the time being as the Force Indians go side by side through turn number 4. And I go through turn 5. We're going to get a brilliant cutback on Sergio Perez, and we're going to go up the inside of turn 6 and 7, which is a double apex hairpin, and we're going to make the move into P12 there. So a very nice overtake on Perez there, and that could have been a lot worse, but lucky enough we backed out of it down the straight. And now going on to lap number 4, as you can see, we've got Sergio Perez in our rear view. We've got the DRS on Hulkenberg, but Perez is still going to overtake us regardless as he goes up the inside of turn 1 there and actually makes the move stick quite nicely there. So very nice move from Sergio there in his home Grand Prix, but we're going to try and set him up for a cutback on the exit at turn 3. Even though we're on the prime tire, we've got a really good exit there, and we're going to open up the DRS and try and give him a taste of his own medicine, reminiscent of the overtake we did on Lewis Hamilton in Friday practice as we go up the inside of Perez here, up the inside of turn number 4, and we go back into P12 and retake our position. And it's a very nice textbook overtake there on the next weekend. And now we're going to see if we can try and kick on and overtake his teammate Nico Hulkenberg. And now lap 5, we lose the rear end now turn number 6, and oh my god, we've lost our front wing, the exact same place as we lost it in season 1 with Kimi Raikkonen. We've lost the rear end at that exact same corner, and we've got a 5-second time penalty for that collision with Carlos Sainz. So we have absolutely made this race go upside down really quick. We went from 100 to 0 real quick, and we're going to come in for an early pit stop here and presumably go into the option tyres, but that has absolutely set us back massively. And there's definitely going to be celebrations going on in the Mercedes pit garage with 2 more races to go after this. The Mercedes crew are going to be going really ballistic in the pit garage with that one, because that could potentially seal the deal for Lewis Hamilton this race. And we have a really slow pit stop there, 8.3. We're going to rejoin probably in last place. Maybe no, we don't, because Murray's actually in the pits behind us. But you could say this is pretty much last place. And we're going to have to try now and recover and see if we can try and pass those ahead of us, because we've got a massive recovery drive on our hands here. And as you can see, going on to the next lap, we've got a couple of cars in the pit lane here, which is going to allow us to gain some places. And I think it's Will Stevens and Carlos Sainz who are in the pit lane. So we're going to go up into P16 for the time being. And exactly 1 lap later now, going on to lap number 8, as you can see, we're going to come across the finish line here, set a 1 minute 20.3, an absolutely stonking lap time, but we're still 25 seconds behind Sergio Perez, so we've got a lot of ground to make up. And we're going to try our absolute hardest as we set that lap, and hopefully we can try and replicate that lap time. And we've got a yellow flag here, and as you can see, we've got a full Indy off on the side there, Sergio Perez there, and Nico Hulkenberg up ahead. So the full Indians have come together in the Mexican Grand Prix, so that's absolutely horrible for them, and they'll be absolutely fuming with that. But we've gained 2 positions from that collision, which is good for us. And we've got another slow car up ahead, I believe, and it is Felipe Nasr by the look of it. So he's going slow, so I think there might have been a 3-car pile-up, and all 3 of them lost their front wing, Felipe Nasr included. And we're going to pass him as well, as you can see up the inside there, and we're up into P13 now. So we've already managed to recover a couple of positions. We're skipping on to the end of the lap now. As you can see, we've got cars in the pit lane, so that's going to allow us to gain a couple more places. Now I think it's Fernando Alonso, he's definitely one of the cars. And is there anyone else? It doesn't look like it. There's a Verstappen up the road up ahead, but that's only Alonso, so only 1 place so far. But he's hoping that more cars coming to the pit lane, as Verstappen is having to negotiate Marcus Ericsson, who's lost his front wing. So Ericsson has had some kind of altercation, and so has Hulkenberg. So Hulkenberg has had another puncture once again. So him and Ericsson must have come together, and we've also passed Verstappen in the process, and we've gone up into P10 now. So very good overtake there from us, and definitely capitalising on the issues. And now we've got more cars in the pit lane here, so we're going to go up into maybe P8 for the time being. Yes, we do. We go up into P8. So a lot of carnage and a lot of incidents going on here in this race, but we've managed to capitalise. And so far, the good thing is, because the incident happened so early on in the race, we're being able to recover and definitely make up ground. So we've got a lot of laps yet still to try and make up some more ground yet. As we come to the pit lane now in P8, and we're going to lose a couple of positions for the time being as we go into another set of option tyres. And in hindsight, I wish I'd taken that set a couple more laps, because the tyres were good, and I could have maybe gone a couple more laps because I was in a very comfortable position. But I decided to go for the fresh rubber and hope that these fresh tyres were a lot faster, and try and set some more fastest laps. As now we skip later on in the race, we've got a couple more cars in the pit lane now, going on to lap 14, and this should give us a position. And I think it's Roman Grosjean coming out of the pits, and Grosjean was ahead of us for track position before the pit stop, so we managed to get an undercut on the Frenchman there, and that's actually worked wonderfully for us, the early pit stop. And hopefully we can try and gain some more positions, because if we jumped him, then we must have jumped a couple more cars. It's now going on to lap 15. We've got a couple of cars coming into the pit lane there, and we're going to set a 1:19.5, an absolutely ridiculous lap time there from us, as we move into P10 with a car coming out of the pit lane there. And we're on the back of Jenson Button and I think Fernando Alonso as well. and I can't see who is in front of them. I think it might be a Red Bull, but I'm not sure who it is. As we go through turns 1, 2 and 3, and these three are on very old tyres now, so we should be able to capitalise as we go through the chicane there. Now we're on the back of Jensen Button, open up DRS. No, we don't get DRS and Button, surprisingly, but we are going to still gain in the slipstream because then McLaren Honda is very slow in a straight line. We're going to overtake Button and Alonso into turn number 4, so a double overtake there up into P8. Alonso's coming back us up the inside, but we are going to get the better traction on the fresher tyres, and we're going to move over to P8 for the time being, and we're on the back of Danny Kvyat now. So if we can overtake Danny Kvyat, we would be in a net 7th place, which is a pretty damn good recovery. You consider how much time we lost on that crash at the start of the race. And here we are going through the S's on the back of Kvyat. We've got so much more grip and speed through these corners, and we're going to get a brilliant cutback out at the last S there, and we're going to get a nice move down on Danny Kvyat with the straight line speed, and we're going to go up into P7 now on lap 15, so almost half race distance, and we managed to recover up into P7, and we've got a few more laps to go yet until the end of the race, so hopefully we can try and crack on from here. As now Verstappen goes into the pit lane, and we're going to just overtake him for the time being, and we're going to take 6th place. And we've also got, I think, Felipe Massa in the pit lane there on the right hand side. As you can see, he's just getting up to speed, so we've got a DRS, so we might be able to pass Felipe Massa here if we can gain enough on him through these first couple of corners. And Massa's going to be on the cold tyres. It's going to be very slow through this first chicane, and indeed he is. As you can see, we've gained so much time on him here through the chicane, and we're going to have the DRS presumably down this back straight on him. Yes, we do, and we're going to see if we can try and set him up for a move into turn 4, which will promote us up into P5. And here we go then, up the inside of Massa. Can we make the move? Yes, we do. Massa's also on the soft tyres, but we're going to make the move regardless, and we're up into P5 now, so a nice overtake there on Massa, and we're actually now in a really good position, and we've got maybe one more pit stop left. This is where I was at a bit of a crossroads because we set a 119.1 on tyres that are very old now, which is definitely very encouraging. But now, as you can see, going on to lap 22, we're coming into the pit lane, and this has been a very long stint, and reason being is because I thought to myself at the time, if I could drag these options out a couple more laps and then drag out the primes a few more laps and expected, I could make this my last pit stop. And considering Vettel was right in front of us, we're going to try and go for an undercut here because we did manage to catch him up on old tyres, so I'm hoping that these primes are pretty good and we can try and still manage to undercut him regardless of the tyre that we're on. And we're going to drop down to P6 for the time being, but that should be okay as we rejoin the track now, and it looks like it's going to be P6 for us, so not too bad for us there. And now we're going to see the undercut pay dividends for us. As you can see, he's skipping later on in the race, and is Sebastian Vettel in the pit lane? It looks like it, and it looks like we managed to make the undercut stick as we go up into P5 for the time being, and now P4 as we overtake another car there on the exit of the pit lane. So we've gained 2 places there with the undercut, and we're actually into P4 now, so this is a really good race for us so far. We've managed to recover really good, and as you can see on lap 29 now, going to lap 30, Rosberg is coming to the pit lane, and that's allowed us to get onto the back of him now. And as you can see, he's got DRS on Roberto Meri, and we've also got DRS on Rosberg, so it's a bit of a stalemate going down the straight, but hopefully we can try and gain on him through this first chicane. And then Rosberg is definitely on some cold tyres because he's just at a pit stop, so we've got the advantage here on the warm prime tyres. As you can see, going through the chicane now, we're in the slipstream of Rosberg here, open up the DRS. He's also got DRS, so it's going to be a stalemate going down the straight, but we're going to use the slipstream as we pull to the inside. And can we make the move on the inside of Nico Rosberg? Yes, we do make the move, and we're in the P3 now, so very nice overtake there from us. And we've now got Kimi Räikkönen right in front of us there. He's in our sights, so we could potentially be going up into P2. So I don't know how this has happened, but we've going to somehow possibly finish in P2 as now we're on the back of Kimi Räikkönen going for the chicane. He's on very old tyres, and we're going to have the DRS on him as we pull to the outside just before turn 4. We are going to get the move done in time. As you can see, we go around the outside of him there, and it's a very nice overtake for P2. And if the race finishes like this would be a very good result for us because it would be damage limitation considering that Lewis Hamilton is in the lead of the race, but we have got a nice cushion in the championship with 2 races to go. And here we are on the last lap of the race now. Rosberg has passed Räikkönen. He is all over my back end. My tyres are starting to go off now because these primes, I picked very early for these, so these are hitting the cliff. And here's Rosberg right on the back of us in the slipstream. Is he going to make a move on the last lap of the race? He pulls to the inside. We're going to break as less as we can, but Rosberg makes the move up the inside. We manage to hold it around the outside, and now we're going to have the inside for the hairpin, but we run in deep. We run in a bit deep into the corner. Rosberg's going to re-overtake us, and is Kimi Räikkönen also going to pass us? No, he doesn't. Lewis Hamilton wins the race, and we're on the back of Rosberg now, and it looks like we're going to finish in P3 this race, so very disappointing result for us, but we've definitely lost a lot of points to Hamilton in the championship, which is going to hurt us massively with 2 more races left to go. So yeah guys, there we have it, and we actually finished in P4, because if you guys remember, we did have a 5-second penalty, so we've lost even more points this race to Lewis Hamilton. We've lost 13 points to him, finishing in P4 this race, because Rosberg had a penalty as well, but we had a big fat penalty, and we finished behind him, so that's going to hurt us, and Raikkonen actually stole second place. So yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and you'll see a moment in the Drivers' Championship, we're still in first place, and we've got I think a 11 point cushion. So yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and like I said at the beginning, I forgot to record the replay cams because my game crashed, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then please leave a like down below, and if you're new around here, then please subscribe. And yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and that was definitely a hectic race and a very good recovery drive. But yeah guys, that's about it from me, and I'll see you guys next time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. So from me, goodbye.